Good morning to everyone. I'm Monica from the Department of Fashion Technology. Uh, Today's topic of this presentation is stages of dyeing. This topic is from the subject of textile dyeing and printing for the third semester students. In this presentation, we have to read about the fiber dyeing. First topic is fiber dyeing or stock dyeing. What is the procedure we have to follow or the textile industry have to follow to dyeing of a fiber in a raw form? Stock or fiber dyeing refers to dyeing staple fibers before they are spun. So this procedure is to dye fibers in a raw form, in which form they are available from the plants before spinning. Here the packed fibers are removed from the bales and then packed in a large vats to be circulated with dye liquor at elevated temperature. So from after removing the fibers from the plants, or as we called the bales from the plants, then all fibers will be packed in a large vessels or a containers and then circulated in a rotation manner to dye in a in a liquid dyeing process at a fixed temperature. In stock dyeing, which is the most effective and expensive method of dyeing, the color is well penetrated into the fibers and does not crack readily. So this procedure is highly technical and very much expensive, and the colors which is dyed in the fibers will be penetrated and does not crack readily. Another is yarn dyeing. Yarn dyeing done at yarn stage is known as yarn dyeing. When the fibers or staple fibers are formulated in a form of large fibers or filaments, then before after the procedure of yarn spinning, the yarn will be dyeing. Yarn dyed fabrics are usually deeper and richer in color. The primary reason for dyeing in the yarn form is to create interesting checks, stripes, plates with different colored yarns in the weaving process. So the basic reason of yarn dyeing is to give them the interesting effects like checks, stripes or plates in different colors so that the yarn can weave for further procedure. Chambray, for example, are usually woven with the colored warp and white filling. So one most important of this type of yarn dyeing is chambray fabric. In this fabric, the warps are colored in desired color, and the weft, which is called the filling of the yarns, will be white. Other example of yarn dyeing in the same fabric is gingham, shepherd, check plate and seersucker. So these are the examples of the fabrics in which the warp thread, the warp is colored, and the weft, which is also called filling of the weaving process, is in white color. So chambray in blue is chambray fabric. Then checks second image is a gingham, and the third image is seersucker. In all images, a warp in a colored manner and weft is used for filling the fabric, which is in white color. Piece dyeing, it involves dyeing the fabric after it is woven or knitted. So this procedure is used after dyeing the fabric, after weave or knit the fabric. This dyeing can be used. Bulk of fabrics are dyed in this method. Piece dyeing is thoroughly satisfactory as regards evenness, penetration and overall fastness. Fabrics may be piece dyed whether it is composed of only one kind of fiber or yarn or blends of different fibers or combination of different yarns. When the fabric is made of one kind of fiber or yarn, the dyeing is not complicated because the one appropriate dye is used. If the fabric is of a blend of combination of different yarns, then special procedures are required where different dyes that are particular for each fiber need to be selected. It is most common method used in fabric dyeing, least expensive and very much fast procedure. Another is package dyeing. The term package dyeing usually denotes for dyeing of yarn that has been wound on perforated cores. This helps in forcing the dye liquor through the package. With the start of dyeing cycle, the dye liquor goes on circulating throughout the vessel and tank. This happens till the dye is used up or fully exhausted. Another is union dyeing, a dye that is a mixture of two or more different classes of dye used typically to dye a blend of fibers. So this type of dyeing is used for mixture of one or more colors. The fibers which is also used in different forms. It can be a cotton or it can be a polyester or blend of those also. Different fibers may require different dyes to obtain the color. This may be done by putting the appropriate color dye that is specific to each type of fiber into one bath. Another is cross dyeing, a method of coloring fabrics made from more than one kind of fiber. For example, a wool and a cotton blend. Each fiber in a fabric designed for cross dyeing takes a specific dye in different color or in variation of a color. A fabric that is cross dyed is more than one color. So another is garment dyeing or product dyeing. Garment dyeing is a process of dyeing fully fashioned garments such as pants, pullovers, t-shirts, jeans, sweater, dresses, bathrobes, casual jackets, shirts, skirts, hosieries. So this technique is used after manufacturing the garment or the final product. Subsequently to manufacturing as opposed to the conventional method of manufacturing garments from pre-dyed fabrics, certain kind of non-tailored apparel such as hosiery sweater can be dyed as completed garment. A number of garments are usually packed into a large nylon net bag. The bag are then put into a puddle dyer, which is a tub with a motor driven puddle that agitates the dye bath. Garment dyeing is an economical method. So another most technical process of dyeing is jet dyeing. Jet dye machine is the most modern machine used for dyeing of polyester using dispersed dye. It is similar to winch dyeing and fabric is processed in continuous loop. The technique is especially useful for delicate polyester fabrics, but depending on the machine, almost any weight, structure or fabric type can be used. So in this presentation, we have to read about the different types of dyeing or different stages of dyeing the fibers or yarns or final product in the form of garment. So I hope you all will understand the presentation very well. So thank you very much.